size. Drive stick with the kung fu grip. Let the banana split and watch it go right to your thighs. Copperfield style, abracadabra. That body, you think I can pull it off? Wanna bang around?
What's going on, guys? This is Quinn. That's Nazi iPhone Guy, and this is a daily vlog. Now, today I am very happy, despite the very sad moment that happened earlier this morning. As most of you know, I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, which means I am a big Jazz fan. Jerry Sloan, our coach, the coach that had, been in the league, been coaching for the same team continuously for the past 22 years, I think it was. He retired. He said, I'm done coaching, and so he was done. Everyone was really sad about that, and now the news is broken that Darren Williams, our point guard, who is arguably, I'd say he's the best, he's in the top 3 point guards in the NBA. We got Derrick Rose, we got Chris Paul, and then I think D. Will's probably number 3. He's really good. He's 6 years in the NBA, so he's pretty young. He's only 26, so he's got a long life ahead of him, and I think he's going to be probably one of the best point guards in the NBA. The problem is he moved to the Nets. The Nets. Yeah, New Jersey picked him up. We got like 2 crappy players in return. One's named Harris. He doesn't sound too bad. I mean, he scores 6 less points a game on average than D. Will does and has 3 less rebounds, but what can you do? And then we traded some other bozo with like 6 points average a game and like three rebounds. He's only played like 19 minutes this season, so he's essentially a nobody. But yeah, tonight's game will be interesting without our star there. Yeah, anyway, so pretty much I'm just going to become a Bulls fan because all of the Bulls are ex-Jazz players pretty much, and the Bulls are good. So other than Derrick Rose, which I have an issue with, that's pretty much the golden team right there. No, I'm just kidding. I am, well, I will never like the, yes. Okay, so back to the main subject, the topic. As you can see, I'm driving. I am driving up Little Cottonwood Canyon. Little Cottonwood Canyon is where my favorite resort, Alta, is. As you can see right there by the sign, which we're driving past right now. You probably didn't see that, doesn't matter. 8 miles to Alta, that means 8 minutes with me. No, you won't have to spend that long with me. But people ask me, where do you ski? How do you like skiing? Where'd you learn how to start? What happened with your ski career? I started when I was 2. I hated it. I hated it for the first 2 years. It was terrible. My parents made me do it. I didn't like it. It was hard. It was cold. It was terrible. And I promised myself that I would never, ever ski again. Well, that didn't happen. So when I was about 5, I got back on the slopes, and I was quite a fan of it. I'd always been skiing in between those years, but again, it was never really fun. It was always a fight. And then it was like I had an epiphany when I turned 5, and suddenly skiing was an extremely fun event for me. I started skiing religiously. We went up probably at least once a week, all through my elementary school years. There's even a few times when my mom and dad pulled me out of school so we could go skiing. They're lovely people. But when I got around 4th grade, 5th grade, no, probably maybe even 3rd grade. Oh, copper. There's a copper. There's 2 coppers. That's one thing that is annoying about this canyon is there are popo all over the place. Some guy's getting towed. I don't know who. Anyway, okay. Yes, so in 5th grade, I decided that I wanted to start skiing. And not just any skiing, but I wanted to slalom ski competitively. I did slalom skiing for 3 years, and I was pretty competitive. Not to brag, I was pretty good. I wasn't the best, I wasn't the all-star, but here's a sad story. When I was in 4th grade, there's always a ski race here. It's actually up at Bryan Head, which is it's about 100 miles north, up in Logan, but it's called Cathy Swing. It was the 3rd annual Cathy Swing tournament. It was huge. It's a big deal. It's a big tournament. In the first day, I was number 4 for my division out of like 80 contestants. So I was pretty psyched. I had a really good race time. I was really confident. 4th, 5th grade is when kids start to get really good at skiing. So I was really confident in myself, really excited. I wake up the next morning and I have bubbles, rather blisters the size of golf balls on my face. Why do you have those? Well, essentially, snow is very reflective, as you may know, and the sun is very bright. And when the sun shines on the very reflective snow, even though it's cold, goes into your face. I suffered a 2nd degree sunburn. It was terrible. I was out for weeks, and I couldn't finish the race. I had to forfeit. It was terrible. Anyway, the next year, oh, this gets better. The next year, I was really excited because I was starting to get good. I'd practiced. I'd done dry runs in the summer. There's different exercises you can do to get ready for slalom skiing in the winter, and I had done that all summer long. It came at the end of October. First snow hits probably the end of October, beginning of November, and then resorts open usually mid-November, first week of December. So I was pumped. I was excited. There was a field trip. I went with my school. I went to Waterford School. It was a private school. I went to this school. I loved it. It was a very good school. And we went on this field trip where we went into Dimpledale Valley. Now, they had set up a zip line. And a zip line, if you don't know what a zip line is it wasn't like one of those ones you hold, falling rocks. There were rocks that were falling there. It's not one of these that you hold. You were harnessed in, and you were hooked on a carabiner. This thing was legit. It went for several hundred meters. It was a crazy zip line. And the problem was it wasn't like a public one. It didn't have safety stops, all that stuff. It was something my school set up. And my school tested it on high school kids, the kids who set it up, and it was fine because they weighed anywhere from 140 to 200 pounds. The problem with me was I was in 5th grade and I weighed 74 pounds. My 74 pounds didn't have enough weight to pull down the cable at the end. Essentially, it was a cable that was strung. I'm sure this camera is very shaky. I apologize. I have to drive stick and turn the wheel and film and talk. It's very complicated. And there's a very large cliff on the side over there, so you don't want to fall off. That's no good. Okay, so the zip line was yay, like that. Heavier people pull the zip line down, and you wouldn't reach the end because you'd stop by then. Well, me, I wasn't heavy enough, so I went and crashed into the tree at the end of the zip line. I broke my femur, was in the hospital for over a month, was in traction during that time. They had a plate installed in my leg that was removed a year later, but I was in a wheelchair for 2 months and on crutches for 6 months. It sucked. And there went my career of racing. I never did it again because when I came back 2 seasons later, which was when I had fully recovered, everyone was significantly better than me. It blew. Okay, so if you check my passes down there, I got 2 cards. One is to Alta, one is to Park City. Alta's the one I'm heading up to right now. That's my home resort. They get the best snowfall out of all the resorts all year long. It's only skiers, snowboarders are allowed, so that means the snow's good. It's not all shoved to the side of the runs, dicks. Just kidding. If you're a snowboarder, good on you. I'm glad you do water sports, winter sports. Yeah, so it's a skier-only resort. I'm going up on a, whatever today is, Thursday afternoon. Thursday's a lovely, no, today Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. On a Wednesday afternoon, and there's a bunch of old people up there because all the kids are in school. But these ski passes are pretty much the last year I will probably get them. Here's the reason. Reason number A. They get much more expensive when you get into college. My Alta one, it was $250. My Park City one was $180. And at each resort, it costs $65 to ski a day if you buy a day pass. So you have to go about 4 times to fulfill your pass. But once you've gone 4 times, your pass is good to go. I go about 4 times a week. So I have well used my season's pass. I would equate to several $1,000s worth of skiing this summer, or this year, which is awesome. The problem next year is I will be in college, I won't have as much free time, and also passes jump from about $250 to about $1,000. So you have to go about 15 times to make it worth it, and I'm not sure I'll go that many because A, I won't have a lot of time, and B, I'll be in college, so I'll be poor. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say to you. You can see the slopes of Snowbird. That's the first resort. There's 2 in this canyon. In the canyon over Big Cottonwood Canyon, there's 2 more. There's Solitude and Brighton. In the canyon over, there's 2 more. Alta, no, there's 3 more. There is Bryan Head, no. There is the Canyons, Alta, no. The Canyons, Park City, and Deer Valley, my goodness. And then when you get up further, you have Beaver Mountain, Powder Mountain, Bryan Head, Snow Basin. You got lots of stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah, all right, we love it. Did I say Bryan Head is up north earlier? Bryan Head is down south. It's about an hour south. That's the lowest elevation ski resort there are here in Utah. That was good grammar. Okay, I need to stop making this video. It's a wreck. Anyways, that's all I need to say to you. Have a great day, and as always, stay snazzy. See you later.